What is popping, everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome to the final part of my unboxing of the new deck of the Olympian Gods and Goddesses. This will be final part before tomorrow. I will be doing my first reading with my very own unique spread. So, if you're excited for that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get into this. Let's see here. Starting off, we have Theseus's Triumph. Victory in ingenuity and courage. This is related to the previous two parts about Daedalus' labyrinth. Theseus was the only hero who successfully traveled the labyrinth and slew the Minotaur within. Next up, we have Charon's Passage, Transition, Journey, and Farewell. So, Charon was I guess you could say the ferryman to the underworld for the people who had passed on. He was, see, you know how like some of the old ancient Greeks would put, like a gold drachma under their tongue? That's what this was for. You pay him, he'll get you straight to the underworld. Next up, Medusa's Gaze, Transformation, Misunderstanding, and Power. Again, relating to part 2, Medusa is one of the 3 Gorgons. Her very stare can turn you to stone. She befell a very unfortunate fate, Medusa. Poor girl. Hestia's Hearth. This is one we all should be familiar with. Home, comfort, and sanctuary. Hestia, in a way, when all the gods and goddesses are off to do battle, whenever they're off to, fight Typhon, the storm giants or whatever, the titans or whatever, she is the last one who will always be home at Olympus, because she is the goddess of the hearth, the home. She'll always be keeping the fire lit for when they come back. There is no war in the hearth. There cannot be. It is her domain. Another one of those blank cards. Iris's Message. Communication, hope, and connection. I love this card. Communication, hope, and connection. I suppose it is what Iris is about. She is she's the goddess of the rainbow. But in the old days, people used to be able to communicate using something called an Iris message. You create a rainbow, throw a drachma in, and say a prayer to Iris, and ask her to show you whoever you want to show. And voila! Instant two-way communication. At least that's how the Greeks claim that happened. Who knows if they actually did it? Chiron's Lesson. Teaching, healing, and sacrifice. Not to be mistaken with Chiron. Chiron is a very different individual in mythologies. He was the teacher of heroes. Achilles, Hercules sometimes. I guess Hercules a little bit, but not always. Achilles mostly, Atalanta, those kind of people. Yeah, this was their teacher. An immortal centaur. At least he was immortal. Who knows what happened to him? But he was a teacher. He could also heal a lot of lost souls with his teachings, as far as I know anyway. No one knows what happened to him. He could still be out there for all we know. Demeter's Harvest. Abundance, nourishment, and cycles. Demeter is the goddess of, technically, fertility, but also mostly plants, nature. Well, not really nature, just springtime, essentially. Springtime, summertime, that sort of deal. She is the mother of Persephone, and this is how the seasons change. When Persephone goes into the underworld, because of her agreement with Hades, she gets upset. We go into fall and winter. And when Persephone returns, we get spring and summertime. A little interesting legend, that one. Next up, Calypso's Isle. Now, Calypso is a bit of a sad story. She is the daughter of one of the Titans. She herself is a Titaness, technically. And she is doomed to remain on her island forever as punishment by the gods. Well, not forever, technically. It was almost like 5,000 years, I think it was. If the time serves, she should be on her last 1,000 years right about now. Who knows what she'll be when she finally comes out of it. But occasionally the gods would send her a hero that she would inevitably fall in love with. And the hero, having fallen in love with her back, would inevitably be heartbroken, but leave because they had lives of their own. A sad story, Calypso's. Immortality can have its prisons too. You just can't see them sometimes. Helios' journey, consistency, illumination, and cycle. Ah. See, this is a bit of an interesting card because you know Apollo's a sun god. But originally Helios was the god of the sun too. Right? Like he was a titan, but many considered him a god in many respects because he was well liked by the gods. But eventually Apollo came along, people started seeing Apollo as the god of the sun, and then one day Helios just vanished. He was gone and Apollo took his place. Sad story, Helios. A lot of sad stories for Greek mythology. But there's also a lot of happy ones too, you know? Next up, Chaos's World. Beginnings, Disorder, Potential. Primordial Chaos. Even Night, Nyx herself, dare not venture into primordial chaos. The place from which all else springs, the earth, the sky, Gaia, Uranus. Nobody dares venture into Chaos's world. There may be potential there, but there's also danger of going insane. Another blank card. The Winds of Aeolus, Master of the Winds. See, I mentioned Boreas in the last video. Go check it out. This is basically Boreas' boss. Change, unpredictability, force. Master of the Winds. That's his official title. He's technically the god of the winds, but we all call him the Master of the Winds. It's a bit of a mix-up. But yes, this is basically Boreas' boss. Change, unpredictability, force. I mean, yeah, the winds can be pretty unpredictable sometimes. The Sibyl's Prophecy. Ah, foreknowledge, wisdom, enigma. See, this is another one of those cards that, you wouldn't, know what to do with unless, you had help. So, the Sibyl's Prophecy, the Sibyl of Delphi, or the Oracle of Delphi, as she's officially known, she would hand out prophecies. And sometimes they would grant the hearer of the prophecies great wisdom. In every case, they would grant foreknowledge. And in every case, they would give enigma. But more often than not, prophecies would end in disaster. By no fault of the Sibyl, but only by the fault of the hearer of the prophecy. Atlas's Respite, Endurance, Relief, Burden. So this is what happens when someone takes the sky from Atlas's shoulders. Nobody can do it for very long because the sky is held up by pure first force of will. It doesn't matter how strong you are physically. It matters how strong you are mentally. Endurance, relief, and burden. Yeah. I mean, in this case, it's shown with him having 3 or 4 arms, so I mean, technically you could. But no, yeah, holding up the sky is more of a will thing than anything. As long as you have the will, you can hold up the sky. Daedalus' Craft, Ingenuity, Creation, and Consequence. Like I said in the last videos, Daedalus created the labyrinth, but he was also a magnificent inventor, one of the best of all time. His one of his relatives, Icarus. I'm sure you know the boy who flew too close to the sun. Yeah, Daedalus made those wings. That's how they escaped the labyrinth together. In this picture, you can actually see Icarus with those very wings and Daedalus preparing to escape along with him. Very well done art there. Next up, Hercules' might. Sorry. Strength, challenge, heroism. You can see him fighting the Nemean lion here, one of his 12 labors. Strength, challenge, and heroism. Well, whether he was a hero or not is debated by some, but strength and challenge, definitely Hercules. Definitely. Next up, Eros' arrow. Love, desire, and attraction. Now, you may not have heard the tale of Eros' Psyche, but I'll tell you who you have heard of. Cupid. That is Eros' Roman form. Though love is pretty universal, whether you be Greek or Roman, or just regular old mortal. Love is universal. So is Cupid's arrow. To get shot with this, gods have mercy on your soul. Another blank card. Aphrodite's embrace. There you go. Love, beauty, and passion. This is the more good side of love. This is the goddess of love herself, Aphrodite. Let me just give you a view of the card there. Yeah. Love, beauty, and passion. Goddess of love and everything related to it. Very beautiful card, that one. Though it can also be dangerous in the fact that one of her children, Eros, well, never know what he's going to get up to. Hecate's Crossroads, the goddess of magic herself. Again, mentioned her in the last video. Choice, magic, transition. She, along with being the goddess of magic, is also the goddess of the crossroads. There are many paths you can choose in life. She will help guide you. Choice, magic, and transition. Suppose she is all those things. And more. Down to our last few cards here. Jason's Quest, one of the great Greek heroes. Adventure, leadership, betrayal. He was the captain of the Argo 1. The original Argo ship. He led 50 heroes on his quest for the Golden Fleece. And unfortunately, on that ship, there were many betrayals. There was leadership, there was adventure, but there was betrayal amongst them. No one can deny that. Here we go, last few cards. That's 3. Pythia's Vision, Prophecy, Insight, and Mystery. This, I believe, was actually the first oracle at Delphi. The very first, Pythia. Prophecy, Insight, and Mystery, yep. Very unique one, that one. Siren's Call, Temptation, Danger, and Seduction. The Siren's Call would lure sailors to their death by luring their ships into rocky banks, devouring them whole. A lot of bad legends about the Sirens. I honestly think they got a bad name for all the stuff that they did. They're just misunderstood. Lots of people are. And our final card brings us to Nyx's Starlit Veil. How ironic that we should be ending off the way we started this entire thing. With Nyx, the goddess of the night. Mystery, night, and unseen forces. This is her Starlit Veil. And she may be the goddess of primordial night, but she is also just the goddess of the night. And the night sometimes can be beautiful. Alright. Here we are. That is going to do it for today's video. Do stay tuned for tomorrow when I will be doing my first reading of my new 12 card spread that I designed myself. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, and I will See you next time. Have a good one, folks.